Here's one of the cornerstones of the Modi era has been the conscious attempt to help the nation shed its colonial baggage in keeping with the sustained campaign. Now the Rashtrapati Bhavan has decided to rename two of its important ceremonial halls, the Darbar Hall and the Ashok Hall. The Darbar Hall will now be called the Ganatantra Mandap, and the new name of Ashok Hall is Ashok Mandap. But the opposition is not impressed. In fact, the Congress is seething in anger. In one of the first responses, Congress General Secretary Priyanka Gandhi Vadra has said that while there is no concept of Darbar anymore, there is concept of Shahenshah.
गणतंत्र मंडपम और अशोक मंडपम दरबार का कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं है, शहंशाह का कॉन्सेप्ट है। दरबार का कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं है, लेकिन शहंशाह का कॉन्सेप्ट है।
The government is very well known to changing names. So many of them are there. So this is something which involves the Honorable President's house. So I won't be speaking much on it. But yes, we definitely have a dictator amongst us.
You heard the reactions. Let's open this up. Tuhin Sinha stays on, Dr. Ranganathan stays on, Kamruzaman Chaudhary ji, and Khaliqur Rahman joins the panel. Khaliqur Rahman, I want to begin by asking you, I've seen the post that you put out. What is wrong with the name change?
Actually, see, as for the changing of the name is concerned, because the BJP government, in fact, the NDA, and I feel even the Rashtrapati Bhavan must have been influenced by the thought process of the NDA. So that is the reason, because then there is nothing wrong about having the name as the Darbar Hall, because earlier also the name of the Mughal garden was changed. And why the names which are there for centuries, there is a need. And as our honorable leader has also mentioned, that because Darbar Hall has got no concept, but it is nothing but, a hall where you hold the meetings. So that is what the Darbar means. And it has got, no significance to, the Mughals or something like that. Darbar is the word which is commonly used, by everyone actually. Because
can I ask you, very humbly, can I ask you, Ganatantra, जो अब मंडप इसका नया नाम है, गणतंत्र मतलब क्या होता है?
Republic.
तो क्या दिक्कत है?
No, see, I'm not saying that दिक्कत है बल्कि, but the problem is why there is a need to change the name. I mean, what was wrong with that name, Darbar? Because you say that because you are going to have a political Darbar. That means, do you think that because it is going back to the age of the Mughals or it is going back to the age of the Shahinshahs? I mean, what is the name? It shows the thought process of the BJP government.
What is this
BJP
thought process? आप ही बता दीजिए. Before I bring in Tuhin Sinha, what is this thought process?
No, the thought process is to erase the history of our great country, the great nation.
Okay. Be ready to answer that. Tuhin, I'll come back to you. Be ready to answer that question. Dr. Ranganathan, what is this name change controversy and the outrage surrounding it?
I can understand a lot of Darbaris are very angry at the name Darbar being changed. But, with due respect, and the previous panelist is very erudite and I respect his utterances, I just have one question to ask. He said history should not be changed. So I have one question to ask him. With your permission, Pranesh, can I please ask him that?
Sure, sir.
Yes, sir. Were you in favor of Aurangzeb Road being renamed? Aurangzeb murdered 4.6 million Hindus and destroyed hundreds of temples. Were you or were you not for Aurangzeb Road being renamed as Dr. Abdul Kalam Road?
See, in fact, because the name...
It's a yes and no question, sir. It's a yes and no question.
I'm answering your this thing. Because the very concept of the changing of the names is something which I personally do not subscribe to. Because, see, the Aurangzeb, in your knowledge, maybe someone who was...
okay, what did Aurangzeb, according to your knowledge, did?
No, see, Aurangzeb's contribution is there to this great nation. He was a secular ruler. And I can give you many examples of his secularism. And you don't try to unnecessarily paint the image of Hazrat Aurangzeb in a different canvas. So that is
Hazrat. जी सर बता दीजिए आप you list examples of the great Aurangzeb. Let's have it tonight.
No,
Did he demolish the Kashi Vishwanath temple, sir?
He did not demolish it. It is only an allegation that the BJP government is trying to have it, and apart from that, because every single day something or the other is being challenged in the court of the law. And it is nothing but you are trying to divert the attention of the people. Because see, for the last several years, why the issues have not come up? Why these issues are coming up only in this last 10 years?
Why?
Pranesh, just one example.
Okay.
Pranesh, one example. Yes, I'm sure sir knows because he's been in the vicinity of the parliament. What was Rajpath called before, sir? The name was changed by the Congress. Do you know that?
You tell me.
What was Rajpath called?
You tell me.
Kingsway, Kings Road.
Yes.
Why did Congress change it?
No, see, we have liberated our country from the colonial regime, from the Britishers regime.
Oh, right.
You have to understand that point.
Okay. Let's understand the point. No, 1 minute. Okay, let's bring in Kamruzaman Chaudhary. Kamruzaman Chaudhary, do you endorse what Khaliqur Rahman is saying? That this is a distraction by the dispensation?
No, let me just take out the point from the PIB release that they issued today, that the name change of the Darbar Hall to the Ganatantra Hall was because of to remove some traces of Anglicization. That is, any traces of the British Raj has to be removed. This is in continuation of the RSS and the BJP's policies of Hindi, Hindu and Hindustan. Nothing wrong in that. Hindi, Hindu, Hindustan. That is nothing wrong. You name the 3 criminal laws which nobody even wants to pronounce also. Because it's so difficult to pronounce. A Bengali or a Tamilian or a Keralite will not want to pronounce it because of his the names that are there. You should have put 3 simple laws. But your aversion to the language of English, you seem that English is a foreign language. No doubt about it, it's a foreign language. But have we Indians, have we accustomed to the English language? Have we taken it in our stride? Has the culture, Indian culture taken it in? That's the moot question. You might be Hindi speaking people, not an issue at all. But me, a Bengali speaking person or an Assamese,
how is this about Hindi, Bengali, Tamil?
Will he want to assimilate the culture that you want to
Hindi and Bengali draw their roots from Sanskrit.
No, let me finish.
Okay, let him finish.
When I'm making a fair point, what is the problem with this? Why are you jumping like jackals? The point that I was making out here, you have got every right to change the name. You change the name of Mughal Sarai because of your aversion to the name of the Mughal. But can you erase those 500 to 600 years of the Mughal history?
What are you saying?
I believe you can't. Can you erase the 200 years
Kamru
of the
Zaman
British
ji,
rule out
kya ho
in
gaya
India?
aapko?
I believe you can't. Because Indian civilization, 10 more seconds, Pranesh. The Indian civilization that we got in 1947 is assimilation of the culture from prehistoric days, Mughal Raj, British Raj, and it is
assimilation of intolerance, Hindi, assimilation of bigotry.
It's called English.
Yeah.
So if you say that we...
Let's have that response from Tuhin Sinha. Dr. Ranganathan, I'll bring you in. 1 minute. Tuhin Sinha answer his moot question.
No, nobody can erase history. Mr. Chaudhary, nobody can erase history. The point is about erasing that mindset of slavery. Please get it right. Now you are saying, that who would get these names. The point is both Hindi and Bengali, which you claim to speak, draw their roots from Sanskrit. Now it's about you. You need to enhance your vocabulary. If you can speak Bengali, I don't see any difference. Both of them draw their roots from Sanskrit. If we are using certain words to enhance the cultural legacy of certain halls, and we are calling it Mandap instead of hall, that is only to enhance the cultural legacy. The point is this is a party of Darbaris, and I think this is the main reason. Number 2, a party which is secretly working at, towards a balkanization plan will have a problem with a word like Ganatantra. I think, there are larger hideous motives which this Congress party is hiding, because the name change is absolutely innocuous. The name change is very elegant. It should be supported. Any party which is running away from a kartavya would have a problem with kartavya path.
How is this about different language? I didn't get the logic. Dr. Ranganathan, did you understand what that was about?
No, first of all, it's very unfortunate that Mr. Kamru Zaman Chaudhary says pronouncing Indian Penal Code is easier than pronouncing Nyaya Samhita. No wonder he doesn't want to sing Vande Mataram, because he might think that's very difficult to sing. No, where are we going here? The point is not to erase our history. Our history has been very painful. It is a history of terrible invasions. It's a history of destruction, untold destruction, and murder of 80 million Indians, Hindus. It's a very painful history. No one wants to forget it. We want to remember it because it's been deliberately forgotten. The point we are making is, please do not eulogize mass murderers. Because I asked the two gentlemen in the digital panel below, should there be a Hitler Road in Tel Aviv? Answer yes or no.
Mr. Ranganathan, with due respects to you, I think you are trying to be extremely biased. And let's not make this debate. No, let us not make this debate. Let us not make this debate.
Please prove what you are saying.
Biased debate. Let us
prove what you are saying.
Let us debate with a very free mind, because India, in fact, has got a rich. India has got a rich. India has got the rich culture. India has got the rich heritage.
For 70 years, Pranesh, there was no statue there because Congress removed King George's statue. Then now Netaji's statue is there. Congress has done everything that it is accusing BJP of doing. It has renamed city, it has renamed buildings, it has renamed everything. But when the BJP wants to do it, then suddenly they remember colonial legacy. Well, yes, of course they are worried about preserving colonial legacy because it was a party founded by an Englishman.
Mr. Ranganathan, you should try to understand the very fact that it was the Congress party who was involved in the freedom struggle and who led the freedom struggle.
1 minute, there were others also, sir. 1 minute.
Where was RSS and where was BJP at that point of time? So, I mean, if you are coming to that, and see, another thing I want to tell you, that India has got a very rich culture, India has got a very rich tradition, and let us not try to unnecessarily destroy the rich cultural heritage of our country.
Okay, by renaming the two halls, we are destroying India's culture.
Pranesh, 10 seconds.
Okay, sir.
10 seconds. Yes, all those congressmen who say that Congress is the party that fought for India's freedom, let me illuminate them. The original Congress, INC, expelled Indira in 1969. Indira formed Congress R. R stood for requisitionist. Indira split Congress R in 1978 to form Congress I. For 10 years, Congress J was the real INC. EC recognized Congress I as INC in 1981. Congress I dropped I in 1996. There exist 37 Congresses. Even uranium splits less. So this is not the party of freedom struggle, sir. This might be your party, but this is party of the emergency.
Twin Sina,
Don't try to
the charge from the charge from 1 minute. Khalikur Rahman Sahab, Twin Sina, the opposition is saying, and many Congress leaders have gone on record to say that because you, as a result of the 240 seats, you are trying to distract from real issues. How will name change help the Aam Aadmi?
No, but these name changes have been a continuous process over the last 10 years because we believe in them. We believe in reviving the cultural legacy of this land. Like my friend Mr. Ranganathan asked, I'm asking the Congress representative over here, will he support the demand for renaming Hyderabad as Razakar Nagar? He will not. So these are things which, and what problem will somebody have if the hall is replaced with Mandap? Mandap is just a culturally richer name. I think the Congress party should stop cribbing about these. These are very natural things. These are very natural things, and a party in power has the prerogative to decide these name changes, depending upon its ideology.
So you are saying that this is honoring the national values, the cultural values, ethos.
Absolutely, and the Congress should get over this notion that the Congress has the fiefdom over India's freedom struggle.
Okay.
Because India's freedom struggle, just 10 seconds, dates back to 1783 with Tilka Maji, the first tribal revolutionary, and Congress was was born 102 years later in 1885.
Kamru Samanji.
Pranesh, you know how these people, they try to twist the history, feed wrong data facts to the nation, changing the history books, the NCERT books, bringing in their likings of historians and intellectuals to speak a bossed up history of India to the Indians. That's the ideology that these people subscribe to. Basic ideology that these people subscribe, whether you like or not. 10 more seconds. 10 more seconds, please. 10 more seconds. Whether you like it or not, the point remains that the stated goal of the RSS and the BJP is imposition of the Hindi, Hindu and Hindustan. That is their only ideology out here and nothing more. By hook or crook,
से क्या प्रॉब्लम है सर? ये कहाँ imposition है? Kamru Samanji, we are back to the same question with which we started. गणतंत्र मतलब क्या होता है? Kamru Samanji, what is Ganatantra?
The major issues that are plaguing the nation.
Let me break this down for you. 1 minute. गणतंत्र से प्रॉब्लम है या मंडप से प्रॉब्लम है?
No, I don't have any problem with Ganatantra or Mandap or anything they want to name. But the point is that the stated objective in the PIB was to remove traces of Anglicization. What are they up to? They want to trace our 200 years of history of the British. Have these people brought in back the Kohinoor diamond from England?
Oh, there you Kohinoor. You're talking about the Kohinoor. You're not concerned about the Indic values. No, 1 minute. Our civilizational heritage से मतलब नहीं है. Kohinoor कहाँ है? 200 years of British rule.
Pranesh, when I reminded the Congress Party, just once again.
Okay, तुम responding to सर सुन लीजिए. तुम से ना respond कर रहे. तुम respond कर रहे. You made the point.
When I gave him facts that India's freedom movement predates the formation of the Congress Party by 102 years, he accused me of twisting facts. So on live television, in front of the national audience, Kamru Zaman Chaudhary of the Congress is disputing the contribution of our tribal revolutionaries. This is the reality of the Congress Party. They think they have a fiefdom over free freedom movement. Their leader questions Veer Savarkar. Tomorrow he will question all tribal revolutionaries. That's, and he has exposed this mindset on your show. That explains why this name change is required.
For them, Savarkar is not a patriot. Dr. Ranganathan.
No, as I said, Kamruji is a dear friend and so is Mr. Rahman, very erudite. I just have one very simple question. He was talking about renaming. Mr. Rahman, should buildings like airports be named on dictators? Yes or no?
See, whatever buildings have been named earlier, there is no need for the present government to change those names. But now, if the present government, instead of, destroying the old building, rather than talking about the destruction, if they are doing any kind of constructive work in future, if they want to, name those buildings after our stalwarts, I mean, they are most welcome to do, and we will support that. They should be doing that. And tomorrow, do you think that you will be changing the name of Lal Qila, you will be changing the name of Qutub Minar, and you will be changing the name of, even the India Gate?
But he asked you a question, Aurangzeb Road or APJ Abdul Kalam Road. You haven't answered that question. उन्होंने पूछा था आपसे सवाल.
I asked him another very simple question because he respects Aurangzeb. That is his prerogative. I have no dispute on that is his version. I just asked him a simple question. Should airports be named after dictators? It's a yes or no question, sir. You can say no. They should not be named after.
Okay. Unfortunately, we've run out of time. It's a question that you have time to prepare for. We'll have it some other day. But I thank all of you for joining us on India Upfront. The news are coming up next on the other side.